Alright, broski, I'm back with a new video. It's on Joe Fazer, our favorite YouTuber, bro. I've done a video on this one a long time ago, but I figured I'll do it again for my new channel. I train my arms every day for 30 days. Nuclei overload training. Yes, okay. He's gonna do nuclei overload training. Interesting. Alright, let's watch the video and review it.
This is me about 5 years ago. As you can clearly see, my arms have always been stick thin. Over the years, I've tried growing them, and while
Yeah, he's a typical ectomorph, really skinny.
they've definitely improved, I still want them much bigger.
You know, it's funny. Everybody wants what they don't have.
This was me a few nights ago. I was on my PC and I came across a topic called nuclei overload training. It's basically
Yes, he came over a thing called nuclei overload training. Let's see this. Hold on, I got this here. Here it is. Myonuclei acquired by overload exercise precedes hypertrophy and are not lost on detraining. I think he doesn't understand the scientific wording here that they're using. Overload exercise acquired by overload exercise. It's not an exercise, and what he's thinking an overload exercise is just going to get that. He's a little bit confused there, but okay, let's just watch the video, man.
theory that if you train one muscle group every single day
Oh, so he comes up with a theory: train one muscle group every 30 days. What?
for a month, you'll notice rapid muscle gain. I'm just looking at the
You'll notice rapid muscle gain if you train the muscle every day. This nuclei overload training. Okay.
theory behind this really unique training method. And I'm going to be honest, it looks
It's a very unique training method, yes.
extremely promising. Okay, let me explain how nuclei overload training works. These are
Okay, please explain to us how this nuclei overload training works, man. I'd love to hear this.
muscles. You have the muscle fibers and then these black dots, which are known as the nucleus, which are like the brains of the operation.
Okay, so let's see. Hold on. Let's go there. Here's nuclei overload training. This overload whatever exercise stuff. So let's go down to the map. Where is it? Hold on a second. I think I passed it. I don't know. There it is. There's that beautiful map, right? It's nuclei overload training. Wow, it's funny. It says untrained muscles. First training, satellite cell fusion, and then bam. Then it says detraining, and it just shows you there's nuclei still there. It atrophies, and when it retrains, it just goes back to normal again. That's really interesting. Oh, it says here, it says that that these nuclei are permanent. Previously untrained muscles acquire newly formed nuclei by fusion of satellite cell preceding the hypertrophy. The connection between muscle size and the number of nuclei. So a model for the connection between muscle size and number of nuclei. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so muscle size coordinated with nuclei, number of nuclei. Okay, interesting. These nuclei, they're cells, right? They fill up with cytoplasm. Okay. Some sarcoplasmic too in there, whatever. Yeah. So what is exactly, how is the satellite cell fusing to this fiber? Oh, well, he says damage, right? He said something about these damages in the video. He says these micro tears and all that. So they're going to bind to it. Okay. So that we got that so far. Okay. Interesting. Yeah. We do know that we do know that it has a domain limit. We do know that these nuclei have a myonuclear domain limit. Well, it tells you in science, that's why. It tells you right here, MND size has a ceiling limit during hypertrophic process, beyond which extra myonuclei are donated by satellite cell to support further muscle growth. Read that. Can't support it no more. Well, he's going to try to force it. Okay.
Now, there are two ways in which our body can gain muscle. Number one, this is the basic way of tearing your muscle through training, and then the nuclei inside your muscle cell.
So you're gonna you're gonna tear it through training, and then it's gonna get size.
Repair these micro tears a bit bigger than last time by converting
And it's gonna repair these micro tears.
the protein you consume into more muscle. Now,
The protein you consume into muscle, but how much protein do you need to consume to repair that muscle? Here's another problem with that. Well, let's see if he's getting this muscle damage all the time. Oh, advancements in the understanding of the repeated bout effect, the protective effect against muscle damage from a single bout of eccentric exercise. I guess that's out, because after a single bout of eccentric exercise, it's protected because it's called, the repeated bout effect refers to the adaptation. An adaptation whereby a single bout of eccentric exercise protects against muscle damage from subsequent eccentric bouts. So, I guess after that newbie gain, it's gone, eh? Let's call that a newbie gain. Shoot, there's no more damage. And then that protein, what does it matter how much protein you eat? There's no more damage, damn it. Well, we solved that problem. Okay, what's next?
The second way is actually increasing the number of nuclei inside the muscles.
Oh, increasing the number of nuclei inside. So we know that the damage is not happening there. So he wants to increase the nuclei inside. But in order to increase that nuclei, see, here's the thing. In order to increase that nuclei, the muscle has to be damaged. See what I mean? He just said that it was getting damaged. That's one way of growing muscles. No, well, that damage, he said micro tears. It's the micro injuries that cause the progenitor to donate its nuclei to that domain to support further muscle growth. So he says number 2, get nuclei. So which they go together hand in hand. So I don't know what he's talking about. They're not separate. You don't get a nuclei just like that.
So, let me explain. When you lift heavier and heavier, the micro tears in our muscles increase. Therefore, the nuclei...
Oh, when you lift heavy and heavier, you get this damage and the micro tears and boom. Yeah, well, there's some adaptations if you go heavier. There's some benefits in there. You may get some of this damage to come back. And a donation of the nuclei. However, you have one little problem, and that's this. If muscle is going to gain any mass, protein synthesis must exceed that breakdown. If it's not exceeding that, you may get an apoptosis. So you may shrink your arms.
in your muscle cells need to increase in quantity so that our body can keep up and repair these micro tears. Now, since there's more nuclei in the muscle, more tears are going to be repaired a bit bigger than last time. That ultimately means you'll gain a bit more muscle. So nuclei overload training tries to do this.
No, nuclei synthesize protein. They further that domain. Definitely.
The training theory is that if you train the same muscle every single day,
Let me get this straight. Training a muscle every day. If you have a micro tear, how long do you think that so-called micro tear takes to repair and remodel that muscle bigger and stronger? He's crazy. It's become an apoptotic. I told you before, if you train through a injured muscle fiber, it'll become apoptosis, and you'll lose muscle fibers. They'll die.
it will cause enough damage to your muscles that they'll be forced to increase the nuclei
This is the opposite of what he's trying to do.
count. Now, one thing I need to say is this
A muscle takes up to a week and a week and a half to repair and remodel itself, bigger and stronger.
training method is just a theory. There's no solid evidence or research
No, there's no theory. You're making it up. It's not a theory. It's actually true in science. They explain this to you, just that you don't understand it yourself.
out there backing it up. So that's why I'm going to give it a go myself. I want to get my arms bigger. So every single day for the next 30 days, I will train arms. Let's see if this works.
Yes, let's see if this works, man. All right.
Okay, so the date is the 13th of January. Let's see what arms are looking like at the start of the challenge. 14.1 inch arms. This
Okay, remember this. 14.1, and he's gonna exercise them for like 30 days straight. Let's see if they grow any bigger.
was my start point. My arms look okay, nothing really that great. So I was proper excited to get into this transformation. Training-wise, it was pretty easy, to be honest. My arms never really felt fatigued, even though I was training them every single day. And honestly, I enjoyed getting a pump every single night. If, let's say, I'd smashed a leg workout.
Oh, he enjoyed getting a pump every day, that inflammatory response. Oh, that's great. Yeah, okay. Maybe some sarcoplasmic hypertrophy too. The pump, because, he's going to be eating sugar and weird stuff, weird foods, herbivore diet.
Straight after, I'd just do about 10 minutes of arms. Or if it was a rest day, I'd find 10 or 15 minutes to go into my home gym and bash out
Drinking some sweet drinks, right? Okay, that's not protein.
some bicep curls. We are 2 weeks into the challenge. My mind is tricking me into thinking my arms are already bigger. Now, I'm 99% sure that the reason for that is because I'm getting an arm pump every single night.
Yeah, that's because you're getting an inflammatory response, that arm pump, bro. That's why it's tricking you into thinking that your arms are bigger. That's what everybody gets when they chronically lift in gyms all the time. They're chasing that fake pump.
So if I see my arms with a pump more often, I feel like they're bigger, but in reality, I don't think much has changed yet.
And nothing will change. If anything, they'll shrink.
At about 2.5 weeks in, I got the most insane photo ever taken of my arm. Like, that doesn't even look like me at all.
Yeah, that's a great pump in there. Oh, I love that inflammatory response. Looks amazing, yes.
But my confidence from this skyrocketed. At this point, I was so sure that my arms were growing.
He was sure they were growing, man. Yes, of course.
When it came down to the exercises I was doing, I changed them up every session, but over the 30 days, my favourite exercises were tricep pushdowns, tricep extensions, hammer curls, easy bar curls, cable curls.
Hell, you could have just stuck with one thing. You don't have to do variations. I guess you're just bored, that's all. Lifting a different box, okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is the 13th of February. I have trained my arms every single day for the last 30 days. Let's see if there's any change. The Nuclei overload training method. Today was the moment
The nuclear overload training method, yes.
of truth. 30 days ago, my arms came in at 14.1 inches. What about today? Oh no, this is the moment of truth. 14 point. Literally the same. 14 point. Wow, literally the same. Oh my god. I thought they would have done a little bit. I just want bigger arms, man.
They absolutely did not grow. They're exactly the same. Well, thank goodness he didn't lose any muscle. Well, he didn't get any damage, so he didn't get any apoptosis because I told you, due to the repeated bout effect, after the first bout, there's no more damage. So yeah, and since he worked through that damage, he lost any growth that he would have potentially gotten because he didn't focus on growing his muscles. What he focused on was lifting weights in the gym, and weights absolutely do not build muscles. Do not believe any influencer that is going to convince you that a weight is going to magically build a muscle if you lift them for 30 days.
So the final verdict, should you train your arms every single day to get them bigger? No, you shouldn't. This video...
You want to know what you should train? You should train your belly to get them bigger by eating protein synthesis. Needs to see that breakdown to get them bigger, bro. You need to train on eating. Eating is a training, actually. Yes, it is.
It would have been so much cooler.
And not just any kind of training of eating food, eating protein, a high nutrient protein animal diet, and no herbivore complex or carbohydrates or anything like that in your diet or sugar. Okay.
If like my arms grew by like an inch or two, I wish they did. In reality, that's not the case. I just recommend following a proper training program like this one, for example, or the one that I sell. Cheeky plug. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. Thanks for.
He wants you to follow this program here. It's let me show it to you in a second. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, I think I had it. I think I had it before open on my channel, right? Hold on a second. I don't know if it's there. No, I don't know where it is now. I'm not gonna bring it up right now, but yeah, it's that sarcoplasmic hypertrophy. It's in my community section. Train people get sarcoplasmic hypertrophy. I'll see you in the next one, man. Tell me what you think about that. Like, subscribe, support the channel. I'll see you in the next one. Ciao. Joe Frazier, man, it's funny. No muscle there.